Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up, go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated. Sucker free, we got the seats heated. Let's face it, you bout to get a beat down. Less talking, let's take it to the streets now. Ain't gonna be no rematch, why you wanna fight? Touchdown on sight, yeah, turn off the light, oh, turn off the light, let's get it poppin'. Go dumb. When you see me moving, bodies dropping. Move some. I'm about to go sick, call Earl. I'm turning up like E40, not your average girl. I'm turning up. We can rock like Rocky, make you tap it. Ghost ride the whip, look at my drip. This ain't a copy. We got a night if you wanna throw hands. When they see me fight, they wanna throw bands. Go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated. Sucker free, we got the seats heated. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up.
It's time for the main event. It's the Shoe Shine.
¿Qué onda, vatos locos? Damas y caballeros, it's your boy Dave in the 702 coming back at you for a Monday Night Shoe Shine Sports Edition with my co-host all the way from the city of brotherly love, Philly Irish, Drew Evo. ¿Qué pasa, homie?
Got my fix in.
You got your fix in? I got something that'll go really good with that since I'm in the holiday spirits right here. I got some whiskey to go with your Coke.
Yeah.
I really don't want to drink either, but I mean, first of all, shout out to the Niner Nation out there. Shout out to the Bang Bang Niner gang. So Drew, are we both sitting at 11-4? Eagles, Eagles.
I'm like 10-5.
No, the Eagles.
Yeah, 10-5.
10-5. Oh, okay. Shout out to Crypto Hippie NFT. I want to thank you for all your contributions this year, Crypto Hippie NFT. I still owe you. Hit me up on my Instagram. If you need my Instagram, let me know in the chat. Drew got a bunch of stuff. Very exciting football season. Obviously, this weekend was wild for the sport of boxing. If you're still into boxing, if you still love boxing, it's getting harder and harder to love it. But listen, we're gonna end the year with a really good matchup this coming up this Saturday. We have one more big fight for the year. Ooh, Drew got some video games, classic Japanese video games. Speaking of Japanese, of course, the final big fight of the year, the Monster Inoue returns against Mexico City's David Picasso this Saturday. Nakatani on the card. Oh my God. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Well, let's get the final score. 49ers 48-27 against Old Man Rivers, who put up more yards in that first half than he did last week. I was impressed. I love that they kept showing Old Man Rivers' reaction, Drew, throughout the game. A straight competitor, 44 years old, never giving up. I loved it. They almost beat the Seahawks. Purdy had an incredible game, four passing touchdowns, I believe. Five. I mean, he's up there with the guy with the pretty hair, Trevor Lawrence. Stellar game, guys. I want to thank everybody that's joining us. Drew's showing us his collection of new video games. I'm going to pour myself a whiskey because I have something that I wanted to talk about really quickly at the beginning of the show, something that, I'm smiling and I'm laughing, guys, but at the same time, I want to address something. A little whiskey for the holidays. So let everybody know that we're live enjoying this. But Drew, I wanted to bring up something that I found out just a few hours ago that's unbelievable. And it has to do with the YouTube world, Drew. And give an insight to some of the stuff that your boy Dave watches on YouTube, or people that I've watched over the years on YouTube that you might not be familiar with, which you may have heard of. And you might find strange. I watched this person or I watched that person. But Drew, I just got the tragic news. Shout out to Bob Mosley. Bob Mosley is a Las Vegas content creator who is good friends with German in Venice. German in Venice, Drew, if you've never seen him, I mean, we're talking about guys with channels with 500 to close to 1 million, 500,000 to close to 1 million. We're talking about the superstars of YouTube. And these are older gentlemen. Well, Bob Mosley from Las Vegas posted this morning. I wake up when I got my free time and I have my coffee. I turn on the YouTube on my TV, Drew, and I noticed that content creator I've been watching for over 10 years. Adam the Woo, a 51-year-old Disney adult who lives his best life, who just spent the entire year traveling all of the world, really. And shout out to him for visiting Mexico City, a place that I'm very dear to, who got to see the Aztec. He just came back from Italy 2 days ago, Drew, or from a European vacation. He's 51 years old. I watch the guy every day, and I watch the guy who makes fun of him just as much. Passing Through Productions, shout out to them, Drew. They make the best content. When we talk about trolls, this guy is a real comedian who puts out unbelievably good content, basically poking fun at the very famous content creator. Well, Adam the Woo, it's not official. The news hasn't reported it, Drew, but one of the top YouTube creators in the world passed away this morning, as sadly reported. A guy I watch every day, Drew, 51 years old, just a few years older than me. Somewhere I thought that was probably in great health. He passed away. His friend German in Venice, who's from LA, was visiting Florida, and they're supposed to hang out today. And Adam the Woo doesn't open the door. Adam the Woo posts a video every day. He's a content creator that for years has been making videos every day of his life. He posts a new video. The unbelievable amount of time and commitment to devote. But he was handsomely rewarded. He had a nice house, and now at this age, he was starting to reap the fruits of his labor, right? And traveling the world, enjoying a nice, beautiful house in Florida. And German in the Venice, I guess he showed up to his house to collaborate with him, and there was no answer to the door. And for the first time in many, many moons, he didn't post a video this morning. And they did a welfare check, this guy German in Venice and his best friend. And they did indeed, as they say, reportedly by Bob Mosley, found his body at 51 years old, Drew. And it really saddened me and my wife because we watch, like I said, we watch him throughout the pandemic. Before that, we watch the guy that makes fun of him, and it's just as funny, right? Like we talk about, there's trolling on the internet and there's the right way to do it. And shout out to Passing Through Productions because they're brilliant. But I won't get that anymore, Drew. And just about a week ago, I'm from Northern California, Drew. There's a YouTube creator who is gaining traction, a former Norteño gang member from San Francisco, California, called Little Toro, was an incredibly talented rapper. I didn't bring him up on the show, Drew, because he has bad charges. He had a sexual assault case. I don't like to talk about it, but I'm going to be real with you guys. He had mental illness, and Little Toro is a guy who was really funny, really entertaining, always crashing out, always J-catting, and this guy was becoming a daily vlogger. I didn't bring him up, but I got saddened to hear because I know he was struggling with schizophrenia and depression, and he sadly was involved in a domestic violence case with his family member, and the investigation's still. So, Drew, on one hand, we got Latino gangbangers from San Francisco, California, where I grew up. On the other hand, you have the greatest white vlogger in the history of YouTube, potentially, who literally died. I mean, he passed away is what they're saying. He vlogged right up until the day of his death. We're talking about a guy who's put out content daily on YouTube for 15 years. Rest in peace, Adam the Woo. Rest in peace, Little Toro and all his family members. Let me get your reaction, Drew. We talk about content creators. I asked you in the past about a content creator. This is a video from Adam the Woo a year ago. He went with the Philly Captain. The Philly Captain's a big YouTube creator from your city, Philly, the Philly Captain. They went to the closing of the Oakland A's, the Oakland Coliseum. Final day. That's the Philly Captain right there. Play a little bit of that.
Sorry, bud. Phillies clinched the NL
And a
West.
bye. And a bye.
You guys are NL West, right?
NL East.
NL East.
NL West. Where are we at?
I don't know. All I know is AL East teams. Nonetheless, last game at the Coliseum. We're here to support baseball. We're here to support the A's fans who
Not John Fisher. We're not here to support John Fisher.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Give a little disclaimer. There might
Adam the Woo has a lot of ties in Las Vegas. He's good friends with Bob Mosley, who has a channel here. Danny702 is a big content creator. He has ties here. A lot of people watch him, Drew. This is the Philly Captain. They went to the very last Oakland, California game at the Coliseum, a stadium that I went to plenty of times as a kid. And if you watch this video, guys, I think I mentioned it on my channel, but I was actually choked up watching this game because not only now that I live here in Vegas, Drew, I was choked up for everybody in Oakland and the Bay Area that grew up with this team, having to lose the team, and also felt guilty like I'm just like the Oakland A's, leaving my home and moving to the state where the Oakland A's are following me, and I didn't get to be a part of it. But this is an incredible video, a tribute to the Oakland A's, and Adam DeWoo vlogged it. It's a 33-minute special. Go watch that, man. As a sports fan, I have to give him his props, him and the Philly captain who went to the very last Oakland A's games, and you could see the emotion in the stadium from fans of the Oakland Athletics knowing that this is it. So go and watch that, man. I appreciate JC, 702 Man Cave. A lot to talk about. Drew, was a lot to put on you. What are your thoughts on that, man?
Whoa. Pause.
Sorry about that. 51 years old, man. It's hard to comprehend that somebody passes away at 51. We got to take care of our health, man. Got to take care of our health. Do you have an opinion on all that? Everything I said?
Sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks because Adam DeWoo, this guy, I mean, like I said, people probably don't understand why I watch him. He had 744,000 subscribers as of today. His last video is up yesterday. And like I said, I never got to meet him, but he's absolutely an inspiration to a lot of YouTube creators, even if they're not in the same genre. Incidentally, you told me some big news. Kansas City Chiefs announced big news. What is the news?
They're moving to Kansas.
I always thought the Kansas City Chiefs played in Kansas. I'm like, no, I found out really late in life. Like, I'm serious. Like just a few years ago, found out that the stadium's in Missouri, and that goes for the Royals too. They share the same stadium, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
That's how it goes in sports world, man. If you're not willing to build, if a local municipality is not willing to build the big stadium for a big team like the Chiefs, well, shit, they're going to go next door. They're going to go somewhere else where they are willing to spend the money, which is what's happening in Las Vegas, Drew. Did you ever watch that documentary on Netflix, the Netflix special I told you about, Who Killed the Montreal Expos?
Nah, I never got a chance to watch
Man.
it. Hey, here's the thing. When I don't get a lot of time to really go and watch like Netflix or TV. Like most of my stuff, if it's like sports, I'll try to watch it. Or like Netflix, it'll probably be, I don't have a lot of time. So if I get on Netflix, it'll probably be to catch up on anime that I've been watching and everything. Or before I go to sleep, but until I fall asleep, I watch YouTube. Like I watch like gaming shit on YouTube.
You guys, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody has a little niche or something that they watch, like their dirty little secret of what they watch on YouTube. And I like to watch daily vloggers. I do. I was inspired by them. Any sort of vlog content, somebody like Adam DeWoo has been an inspiration on my journey here on YouTube, even though we do sports. But I want to thank everybody who's here, guys. Let's hop in here. A big victory for the San Francisco 49ers, Drew. My team now controls their own destiny. Today, how many teams just clinched the playoff because the Colts lost? It's crazy.
A lot.
I don't even, 4 teams just clinched, guys, if you guys want to put them in the chat. But the San Francisco 49ers also clinched their playoff berth this weekend because of the Bears' victory. A very exciting game, Drew. And I was just at the supermarket earlier talking to my friend who was the manager of the supermarket in Vegas, who is a hardcore Niner fan who came from San Francisco like me. And he says that no way the Niners lose to a man that paints his nails. But Caleb Williams had one of the most incredible come from behind and passes I saw all weekend. What did you think about the Bears winning that game?
I knew they were going to come back and win the game. I just the offense, you can't trust Green Bay's offense right now. Jordan Love was knocked out of the game with a concussion. So you have Malik Willis, so you'll know they were more of a running base team from here on then. And it was about, the Bears had to take advantage of it, and they finally took advantage of the last play of the game to get it into OT. So it's a good comeback win. Yeah,
a great game, which sets up an incredible Sunday night next week at 5 o'clock, 5:20 in Santa Clara. Remind you, it's been freezing in Chicago, unbelievably freezing. And Drew, I wonder if you noticed. Did you notice that the heaters went off for the opposing team in that Chicago game? It's being held in Chicago, and somehow the heaters go off. I thought that was kind of shady. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, unbelievable contest next Sunday. The 49ers can become the first seed. Remarkably, if they can beat the Chicago Bears, then the battle for the first place NFC seed number 1 will be San Francisco versus the Seattle Seahawks in Santa Clara, my former home where I came from last before I moved from Vegas. It's going to be rather incredible. It's going to be incredible. But where is everybody? Let me know if 702 Man Cave is in here. I have an announcement to make. If I don't make it now, if 702 Man Cave is not in here, Fonzie don't show up, I will not make it. But guys, because we have a winner for the $100 Amazon Christmas gift card. If you had been playing along with our football picks, we started recording them on week 9, halfway through the season, and I said it would run right up until today. And I have a winner, a $100 gift card winner. But I want everybody who was participating to be here for that. Crypto Hippie NFT played really, really well. Although you weren't here for every week, you might have just been the winner. But I still owe you lunch. Drew, how are you feeling about the Eagles next week?
The winner of the thing is me. I spoiled it. Everybody that was here should sit down and just enjoy it.
We're not eligible, but I do want to say if
That's my $100 gift card. I won first grade. Fuck these people.
Everybody's going to get love who supported this channel, because I want to thank SB out there. SB, if you're listening, you and your lovely spouse, I want to just let you know we appreciate that wonderful contribution you made last month, because this month we got paid by YouTube. We're getting paid tomorrow, Drew. And like I said, I'm splitting that with you. So everybody's getting a little something this week. I just wanted to find out, Drew, you got a couple games left. You made easy work of the Commanders. Who you got next week? You got the Bills.
Well, I got the Eagles, man.
You got to go over Josh Allen?
We're going to win the table, man. Let me tell you something. They're beginning to get this offense in check, and I'm telling you this right now. They get this offense in check in the playoffs, nobody's beating them.
You already got a call on that. Eagles versus Bills at 1:25 Sunday, December 28th. And then again, your last game is going to be against the, unfortunately, the sad-ass Commanders. That's definitely a win. The Bills game is going to be interesting. Well, see if we can squeeze in our football picks this week, man, somehow. Wednesday here in Las Vegas, guys, in Southern California. As you guys know, you're going to get hit with a massive storm in Southern California Christmas Eve, and we're supposed to get 100% chance of almost an inch of rain here in Nevada, Southern Nevada. It's going to be wet, man. I don't know if I'm going to do much on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day here in Las Vegas too. Also a very wet, stormy day. Please drive safe out there, guys. Please drive safe. Let's look quickly at these power rankings for NFL Week 17 now. Do they put them up? I don't think they put them up. So we'll skip that. Shout out to my Niner fans. It is Monday. There was some really, really funny boxing. Obviously, half the world, I don't know how many millions of people watched Friday night's contest between Jake Paul, who people have been begging to fight a real fighter. Well, he just did. He fought he fought a gold medalist and former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua, 6'6", nearly 260 pounds. Some people called him a Greek Adonis. Seen my body? No, I'm just kidding. Drew, he finally fought some real competition, and unfortunately, it's been a lot of funny pictures all over the internet. None of them are real, but the injury was real. He fractured his jaw in 2 places. Like, y'all's mean as on the internet, man. The internet is cruel. This is not what he looks like post-recovery. But you know AI, man. He did break his jaw in 2 places, and they said 7 days of liquids only. So I'm going to presume he didn't have his jaw wired shut. Do you know?
I don't know. There's a lot of things people had to look at when it came to this fight, man. Like, it was fishy. It was a fishy fight.
You think it was fishy? Let me play it. In case you guys missed it, it was on Netflix. You can go back and watch it. But here's the final KO that came in the 6th round. Here's the final right hand. The right hand that broke his jaw. And you see that reaction. A lot of people have been making fun. There's a freeze frame there where he's smiling as he knows he hits him with that hook. And then, of course, Jake Paul collapsing to the floor going, whoa, whoa. Hey, he wasn't knocked out unconscious. I got to tell you, man, he could take a punch from one of the biggest punchers in the heavyweight division. He took a punch. I gave him his credit for what credit was due. He didn't have to take this fight. 90 freaking million dollars from Netflix, Drew. First of all, wrap your mind around $180 million purse for 2 people for 6 rounds. DraftKings had all this money that was going to, if you bet on Joshua knocking him out under 2, you would have made a lot of money and DraftKings would have lost a lot of money, which is why, I'm not accusing anybody of sports rigging, but DraftKings was set up, and a lot of the sports betting apps were set up to lose countless of millions of dollars. Was there going to be an upset or even going to be a knockout in less than 2 rounds, which is really absurd to me that Anthony Joshua, gold medalist, could not cut off the ring even after a long layoff. He looked to be frustrated being able to cut off the ring against a novice like Jake Paul. He couldn't find his range. And then suddenly, 5th, 6th round, we saw the collapse of Jake Paul as Jake Paul tired. And you guys seen the thumbnail. At every opportunity, hugging, clinching, and falling to his knees. Much like the horrendous fight that followed the next day on Misfits Boxing, which I typically don't even watch Misfits. Drew, what's next for Jake Paul? Is this the end of influencer boxing? This is what Paulie Malignaggi talked about today on his channel, that this may be the death of influencer boxing. For Jake, he can't fight for months, maybe even a whole year with that jaw that's been broken. The end of influencer boxing? Your thoughts?
Oh, I thought you were putting a clip or something on.
No, Drew, I know it's late. We'll end the show shortly if you got time. I know you got to work tomorrow.
It's the end of boxing in general. I just don't. Boxing as a whole is done. It just is. Like, the influencer things didn't really help it out. It really killed it more. But with all the other shit, the regulars killed the sport. Like promoters, fans, some fans did it. But just the way that they did business, they consider it more of a business than a sport. And nobody realizes, you consider this a business, it's going to fold. It's a sport. That means you're supposed to put the best product out as a sport in general. You allow them to consider it a business. You're not meant to succeed because this as a business is not succeeding now. You bad strategies, bad business practices by a lot of these promoters, and naive business practices, thinking you could put every fight on pay-per-view and expect to make money, but when you're losing at least maybe $700K a fight.
Drew, talking about losing money, there was a point in time when we were watching boxing in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, a great era of boxing, where the pinnacle of a boxer's career was reaching the $1 million payday, the $1 million payday stature, where, hey, I'm at $1 million per fight. Now you got it so wild that Netflix is willing to pay $90 million for an utter and complete mismatch. Not $90 million total, but per fighter. And then that co-main for the event on Friday, I don't care. I'm sorry. I enjoy women's boxings at time. There's some fantastic, amazing female champions. I met a great one recently that was friends with Terrence Bud Crawford. Shout out to Lukey Boxing, Amelia. I enjoy it at times, but that fight for a co-main event that the whole world is watching, 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds, utter mismatch, not competitive. For every punch the opponent was landing, Alicia was landing too. And it just felt like I'm going to have to wait 40 to 50 minutes to see Jake Paul get knocked out. You know? Not to mention I'm displeased with Alicia's had her controversies with the sport with PEDs, Drew. So I'm not the biggest fan of Alicia regarding that, but she is the undisputed champion. It was the wrong co-main. It was not a good card. It was not an exciting card. Not at all. And Polly said today, imagine if anybody was willing to put $180 million into boxing and stretch it out with, the top contenders fighting. There are fighters that do not make $1 million and are amazing fighters. Imagine if you put together a card. You could literally do this every week like HBO, but instead they blew it on $180 million. The knockdown everybody's been waiting for. It wasn't even unconscious. He wasn't even unconscious. Was it that good of a knockdown? I mean, it was a good knockout. He broke the dude's jaw, but I think a lot of people wanted to see Jake Paul flattened out unconscious. And that's not a good thing. I'm not wishing concussion or CTE on anybody, but I'm sure people thought it could have been much worse for Jake Paul.
Yeah, but and then you see in the corner of the screen, you see his manager watching a fight with Jake Paul's people, but then he has has his earphone headset like this, talking in the headset for like 5-10 seconds, and it takes the right off, like fast as hell.
I don't know what that was about. I'm going to go back and watch the tape. You told me to watch that. That did seem kind of shady.
It's fishy as shit.
I don't know what that was about. Well, listen, Terrence Crawford announced his retirement 2 weeks ago. As a result, now all of those belts are going to become available, the ones that he had won. And this is probably the best fight in the super middleweight division, coming out of the fact that Terrence has to relinquish his titles. Remember, guys, there's 4 belts per division. Hamza Shiraz, who is a favorite of Turki Al-Sheikh, will be fighting Diego Pacheco for the WBO vacant super middleweight title. That's pretty exciting, Drew. Let's just ask Drew again. Who wins this fight? And
Shiraz by knockout.
Shiraz by knockout. Yeah, man.
Shiraz is going to knock him out inside 5 rounds.
Randy Hess, good to have you. He says he will never fight again. Jakey has a glass jaw now. Jakey better shut his mouth. I think you're probably onto something, Randy, because after $90 million, the incentive, all the money he's accumulated, they say you don't play the sport of boxing. You don't play boxing. He's made enough to where that jaw injury is probably going to be on the back of his mind. Once you get that thing broken, it can easily break again. And some fighters that have had their jaws broken were never, ever the same again. Vicious Victor Ortiz, once a Golden Boy top prospect that fought Floyd Mayweather, he got his jaw broken. He ran out of the ring with a broken jaw. Was never the same, even though he fought. Shout out to Big Spooky. Appreciate you being here. Says, what's up, SSB Drew. There was influencer boxer, and I want to bring this up with you, Drew. The Misfits boxing stuff. I wasn't able to watch it live or even on, my streaming device. I wasn't even able to find it on a streaming device. But I was able to watch immediately after. I'm talking about the Cobra Tate against a former football player, reality TV star. We're talking about reality. We're talking about influencing boxing this weekend. It had to be the worst. And I've seen this guy fight. The reason why I wanted to watch this was because Vince in our chat, he's the uncle of Amado Vargas. Amado Vargas got unbelievable amount of traction on social media. This is one thing that Misfits Boxing does do. More people watch influencer boxing, watch real boxing. The amount of engagement that people do on like 887 likes. I mean, people pay attention to influencer boxing. And Amado's got himself into the Misfits thing and beat the crap out of Dean the Great, which is a influencer boxer who most people thought he had to be the cream of the crop of influencer YouTubers, right? He beat him up. Why did he beat him up? So why was it such a sloppy fight? Well, he fought with a lot of emotion. If you guys didn't know, and this shit got more attention than anything on social media, was the fact that Dean the Great in the press conference, Drew, attacked Amado Vargas's mother. He went there at the press conference. And he said some really racial undertones about going in the kitchen and go and cook me a quesadilla, which has it just screamed of racial undertones between an African-American fighter and a Mexican fighter. We've always had race play a factor in fights, but 99% of the time between African-American fighters and Mexican fighters, historically, has been sheer violence. Fantastic fights. Julio Cesar Chavez, going back to the 70s. But crossing the line during press conferences and attacking somebody's wife or mother, trash behavior. And it's been going on not just in influencer boxing, but there was a major thing on YouTube between Southern California podcasters this past week leading up to this fight that was involving the black and brown community. We are always going to have great fights between the brown and black race. Always. We have, some of the best boxers obviously are Mexican and African-American fighters. Drew, going there with the mama thing, a lot of people wanted to see Dean the Great get knocked the F out. Even I've seen a lot of African-American community coming out in support of Amato that, thank you for whooping his ass. Too bad it wasn't a knockout like the Jake Paul one. But is there a place for this kind of, somebody said, listen, this shit sells fights. Grow up, grow a backbone. Don't be so easily fucking offended. Is that true? Or talking about people's moms off limits still?
No, that's crossing the line. You shouldn't talk about family members first and foremost and everything. So, he crossed the line. He got beat. It didn't look like he beat his ass badly, but he won the fight. Yeah. And it's just a bad look. Like, I think the whole misfit scene is terrible.
Well, it gets incredible traction. Shout out to Enlightened Dunn, 160. They say Jayo Patai got his jaw broken twice. I'm a huge fan, obviously. I think Jayo Patai is the best cruiserweight there is. He is light years ahead of somebody like Jake Paul. If Jake Paul wants to come back to the cruiserweight division and compete, I don't think he will ever beat the likes of a champion like Jayo Patai or even Zurdo Ramirez or David Benavidez. But you're right. Jayo Patai did get his jaw broken twice in what was probably the best fight of his career. The most exciting fight was Brady's, right? What's his name? Brady's, who fought Usyk. Tremendous fighter. Tremendous fight. He did get his jaw broken twice. And I would say that I still have Jayo Patai potentially cleaning up the entire cruiserweight division. I didn't talk about this, Drew, before you get too sleepy and we sign off for the night. Were you watching at all anything about the WBC? I know you probably don't like the WBC, but they did have a tournament going on in boxing where they got a lot of unknown top professional fighters and put on a tournament in all weight divisions. You know about the WBC tournament? It came to a conclusion Saturday. Kevin Ramirez of Argentina. I saw him fight every fight in this tournament. He is a 200-pound cruiserweight. He is going to be the next Argentinian star. I knew it, Drew. He won the whole heavyweight tournament. He won the whole tournament. He beat like 5 or 6 guys in a row as a cruiserweight to win the WBC heavyweight tournament, 200 pounds. Everybody's talking about Jake Paul, but meanwhile, you have a guy at cruiserweight, a 200-pound guy, which is probably Jake Paul's real weight, walking around weight. And he beat every heavyweight they put in front of him. What is he going to do at the cruiserweight division? Drew, I got to let you go soon, Drew. I know you're tired, man. Shout out to 702 Man Cave. I'm going to say it right now, man. 702 Man Cave won the football challenge. He's getting that $100 Amazon gift card. But I got to let everybody know, because Man Cave is going to be doing a show with me, he's not eligible next year. You can play along, but you're not eligible. But I will honor that. Shout out to Man Cave. He is going to get that $100 gift card.
75, then I get 25.
That was a separate contest. Drew, you're going to get your goodies, man. You're going to get some stuff. It's all good. Shout out to everybody here. Let me just show you guys these funny ass clips. Obviously, these are some of the funniest ones.
You're not fast. You're slow. You're old. You're done, buddy. I'm going to show you why you should never come out of retirement. You're not Terrence Crawford, buddy.
40 years old, Drew. Is it too late to fight? I'm telling you, I'm in my late 40s, man. I'm just trying to stay healthy. But he looked every bit 40.
Nothing really landing clean, Ben. Big shots from the champ.
Did you watch the highlights of that? Did you watch
Not really.
Bro, I saw the whole fight. And Chase Moore, his first fight with Misfits, I have never seen worse boxing in my life. He is an athlete. Yeah, granted, Andrew Tate couldn't even deal with his weight. I mean, he basically lost the fight because he could not deal with a strong guy, an athlete like him, pushing and using the elbows, which begs the question. Andrew Tate created this entire illusion that he was the ultimate G. But the truth of it is, the reason why you didn't see the fight and nobody really could find it other than Rumble Premium is because he's battling a SA case. That's it, right? SA case in Europe. He's scum. Sorry. He's scum, which is why nobody wanted to broadcast it other than Rumble Premium, which is why I could not find it until some people illegally posted it on this platform, Drew. The guy who beat him, Chase Moore, paid him his respects, and it just seemed like Andrew Tate made up all the excuses in the world for losing. He's not the athlete he claimed to be, even at 40 years old, Drew. He's just not the athlete he claimed to be, and that's okay. Y'all watch it? Did you guys all watch it? Enlightened Dawn says, that's true, but Jake surprisingly brings a strangely huge crowd. He did, which he's mastered that. He is an incredible businessman and is also behind women's boxing, which is why Netflix picked him up, is willing to do business with him. He's not running. In fact, the reason why Jake Paul did not fight the little guy, which, excuse me. Why am I forgetting his name right now, Drew? Help me out. Man, he's one of the best. What's his name? The little guy. Why am I calling him the little guy? Tank Davis. Golly. Apologize, guys. A little too much whiskey for me. But the reason why he didn't fight Tank Davis in the first place is because Tank Davis got exposed for a criminal case of domestic violence. Again, not the first, like the second one. Which is why Netflix was like, hey, man, we're not doing business with you with anybody with that rap sheet, which is why nobody wanted to broadcast this Andrew Tate fight from Dubai because, well, nobody in America should be wanting to do business with somebody with his offenses. Did you hear about Nicki Minaj, Drew?
Yeah, she came out with Charlie Kirk's wife.
Yeah. I mean, this world is upside down. The world is upside down. You got... I hate to say it, but the people who advocate and say they got the best family values in the world are now sitting tableside with a woman who's married to a pedophile, a sex offender, and brother is, the world don't make no sense. Boxing is in a very strange place. Next month is going to get even weirder with TKO taking off. TKO, Dana White having their first boxing event here in Las Vegas, one that most of us won't get to watch in person, but you're going to have to watch it on and see how TKO, if they take over next year.
Oh, man.
I know it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Do we have a name for our podcast? I'm going to make this the post, Vince, and we got to get a name for that show.
Yes, you do have a name for it. It's Hour of Worship and Drew.
Drew wins the gift. No. I'm just saying, I'm just playing, guys. I appreciate everybody that's here. We typically do a Monday show, Thursday football picks. What are you doing tomorrow night, Drew? I don't know. I don't know what to do with the rest of the week. It's funny. It's a funny. We got football.
But I know one thing. During the show, during that podcast, there's going to be a big picture of me on there as a thing to worship.
I'm pretty sure Vince is waiting for that Eagles jersey. Make sure it's a nice one, though.
Oh, I'm gonna bring him I'm gonna send him a big picture of me that he can hang out. It's like an art piece on his thing, and everybody that walks in has to get on the knees and pray to it.
Well, Drew, this weekend we do end the year with some legitimate boxing. It's going to be at a funny time. It's Riyadh. It's brought to you by Turkey Ali Sheik. It features the Inoue, the Monster, who I got the pleasure to watch May 2nd here in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. Vince was there, but I didn't know Vince in person yet, actually, right? Emiliano was on that card. He had got a knockout early, right? And my memory serves me right. But anyhow, he's fighting this Saturday against Mexican 122-pound fighter David Picasso. He's a very tall technician, Drew. He lacks the power punching of, was it Cardenas that fought him in May, who dropped Inoue. Nonito Donaire also was knocked down. Inoue, I don't think this guy is going to even come close to hurting Inoue. And you also have a potential super match of Nakatani fights on the same card, which is putting everything in alignment for them to have a mega showdown in 2026. Who do you got winning the main event? You got a sweep for Nakatani and Inoue?
Yeah.
Where's my picture of that fight?
It's mismatches.
It wasn't that one here. Is it this one? Is it Jake Paul? It's fight week, guys. David Picasso, Nakatani on the card. December 27th. I believe it might be very early morning here on the West Coast on Saturday. Tons of football. Got Christmas Day football. We're going to get to week 17, see if we can do something Tuesday or Wednesday, even if it's in the afternoon. Join me, guys. I appreciate it. Enlighten says, Jake's fight versus Joshua was perhaps his first professional fight. Not bad at all, considering I did do a fight watch party with that. And, I gave Jake his flowers. Most people didn't expect it to go 6 rounds. Most people bet that it would be a knockout in under 2 rounds on most of the betting apps. He did exceed expectations. He did take the guy's best right hand and, wasn't knocked out unconscious. He even landed flush a bunch of his own right hands. I got to say, had he had enough pop like Andy Ruiz Jr., he maybe have been competitive in it. Guys, it's really late. Drew, I appreciate you coming on. I know you're a little tired, man. Drew works in the city of Philadelphia. It's midnight. It's been a short Monday night. Shout out to everybody who supports the 49ers. If you're new to the channel, man, I appreciate it. Consider subscribing. It'd be the best Christmas present you can give our channel is to subscribe to the channel. What's up, Drew? What you want to say?
Next week, I wouldn't be not on the shoe shine. That I'll be recuperating from surgery that I'm having on this next Monday.
I'm going to leave it up to you if you want to give details about it, Drew, and let us know how you're doing with your recovery. I'm going to be praying for you. I'm going to be keeping tabs with you.
Well, but I have sleep apnea. And everybody don't know what sleep apnea is, please just Google it. It's too much to explain.
I'm glad you're doing it, Drew. Let me just say, I'm glad you're doing it. I started off the show with the news of Adam the Woo's passing, and nobody knows why he passed away in his sleep yet. There's no reports, but you can absolutely pass away from sleep apnea in your sleep. It can lead to a fatality. So I'm happy you're doing this surgery, Drew. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Anybody heard of a thing called Expire? It's an implant that they surgically put in you, and it eliminates the mask and the mouthpieces and everything, and it just has a remote that you just zap it to where the implant is, and when you go to sleep, the implant activates to your nerve near your tongue to push it up a little bit, so it opens the airwaves and oxygen be able to go up to your brain, because I don't get oxygen to my brain when I'm sleeping.
Drew, I'm so glad. I'm just letting you know, man. I'm so glad you're doing it. Technology has improved 100%. My wife's grandma had the pacemaker, and I know it works like a pacemaker. I have 100% faith that you're going to recover. We'll all be praying for you. Give us an update next week. We'll provide an update. And we'll still carry on with the show next week. So make sure everybody keeps tabs on this channel and wishes Drew a successful recovery from that. Anything else you want to add to the show?
Yeah, I'm going to hell.
No, you're not going. All right, man. Merry Christmas to everybody. We will be back if it's just me for one more show before Christmas Day. Until then, peace out.